Hi guys, welcome to this week's Mindful Moment. This week we are exploring authenticity, building on our last podcast, and we wanted to open with what does authenticity mean to you? And also in the podcast we chatted a lot about standing in your truth, and we wanted to invite you to explore how that feels, because it goes beyond words. We can talk about it all we want, but actually when it's your truth, it's like you just know. There's something in you that feels grounded, and even if it goes against the situation, even if on the outside it doesn't feel like the easiest option, there is often a feeling of presence that comes with honouring your truth and trusting that your soul knows the way.
And I think what can be really challenging at times is starting to understand who you are, or like your true essence or your soul's way, and then finding yourself in a situation where you either are like, this actually doesn't align with me, and now I feel like I'm in a bit of a sticky situation. And it could be with your horse, it could be just socially, and I think you have to go into it with either, like, you might reflect on it. I'm sure you can all think of a time where you've perhaps gone, why did I say that? Why did I do that?
Why did I sign up for that?
And you kind of go, that actually isn't me. So why did I kind of join in with that moment that actually doesn't feel particularly authentic to me? And you have to remember you're a human.
Yeah.
And humans have a natural need to be validated, be part of a family, be part of a tribe. And there may be moments in life where you follow in that moment, and then you kind of reflect and go, that didn't feel great, or that's not really my truth.
Yeah.
That you actually just have to like knock that up as learning, because actually those are your biggest moving forward tools.
Yeah.
Because you'll look back and go, what was I doing? That's not me. Why didn't I feel confident enough to step out of that situation or to say something? But that is what's going to empower you to actually really stand in your truth going forwards.
Yeah.
And like, rather than beat yourself up of like, oh, why did I? Actually, it's growth, it's progress. Forgive yourself and go, actually, I can come out of that loving myself more, so that I can hold my truth next time I'm perhaps in a sort of other sort of similar situation, so that then you can go, oh, I'm really sorry, this doesn't, like, if it's with your horse, just be like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I don't feel comfortable. And being able to say that, rather than so often we, as you know so well, with the body and the nervous system, there'll be moments where you go into like freeze or fawn or like flight, because you're like, oh, I'm in a situation where I'm with a professional, and so of course I should just follow that professional's advice. And then afterwards you're like, oh, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. But it's coming, like, it's doing that full circle of you grow from those moments.
Absolutely.
So that next time you actually go, I feel like I can be my own voice, not just your horse's voice, but your own voice of your own truth.
Yeah.
And so, like, I want you guys to reflect on perhaps any moments that you might have had any of those situations, and actually see how that grew and changed you, of giving you the confidence to either go, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose not to work in that circle anymore, or just how you can kind of grow from perhaps when you feel you've not been authentic to yourself, and not see it as a bad thing, because actually that's where the magic happens.
Oh, I love that. And I also think there's so much pressure on us to be perfect in knowing our truth, following our truth, whatever that means to you. Even with like training your horse, right? Like there'll be moments where you react based on what's coming up or what's going on inside you or outside you, and the next 5 minutes you might go, oh my god, why did I do that, or why did I react like that? And just like Tracey said, those are the moments that are actually going to be so powerful, because they give you a physical reminder and like barometer of where the edges are of your truth, and like what in particular didn't feel good, and you have to live life messing up to know where you're going and to feel into what does feel right. Because if you aren't in a situation that doesn't feel right, how do you know what does? So I think that's really important.
Something I really took from Becky Thompson did a talk recently at one of my camps, and she did it on reflecting, and I loved it because she was like, how often do you reflect on a play session or ride with your horse? And like she kind of like said, who spends more time reflecting on the ride that didn't go well? And everyone put their hands up, including myself. Like I definitely hold my hand up at like if I've had a session with mine or a training horse or a lesson with a client that I come away and I'm like, how could I have done that differently? Like, you know, if I kind of felt like I could have been like better, or something didn't feel energetically right to me, I will go away and process like, what am I going to do tomorrow with that horse? And how can that be easier for the horse? Or, you know, I'll always really soak on that. And then she's like, so how often do you guys, when you've had a really great lesson or a really great ride, how often do you write down what was great? No one put their hand up.
That is so funny.
And I was like, she's like, you need to do it for both, because then you'll get the most growth. If you need to see what you're doing right to keep repeating what's going well, as well as reflecting on like the what didn't,
and acknowledging yourself. We're so quick to be like, oh cool, great, but then we smack ourselves around the head when it's like, oh, I did that wrong. And one thing we were also talking about, which we wanted to leave you with, is catching yourself whenever you find yourself judging someone else and what their truth might be, or our perception of what their truth might or should be. Because it's really easy to look at someone else and think that they should be living their life a different way, or training their horse a different way, or sharing their message in a different way. And actually, we can never control how other people, you know, we live their life, and also what their truth means to them. And maybe in a few years they'll blow us all away with their transition to actually living a life that feels more them on a deeper level. But right now they're a work in progress, like we all are. And I think being a part of that conversation means we're all doing our best with the things we have, and that might look a particular way for others, and it might not be easy for us to understand, especially in the likes of horse training. But I think the biggest, most empowering thing that we can do, and freeing thing that we can do for us and the people around us, as well as our horses, is to know that it's not up to us how other people share their truth or live their truth, and that's okay. All we can do is know ours,
and be authentic to yourself.
Stay true to us, and so that was our invitation to you. And if you do catch yourself being a little bit judgmental or a little bit I don't know, just feeling a bit funky about something, a person, a horse, a situation, even of yourself, can you catch yourself and go, oh, how interesting.
Why does that bother me?
And what does that tell me about my truth?
Juicy.
Cool.